Now, when you take a look at the Yankee lineup, and we gave it to you earlier, you've got Volpe, Soto, and Judge at the top. That can compete with any top three in the majors. Volpe's had a really good year. Soto and Judge are MVP candidates. Now let's listen to 4 through 9. Torres, Verdugo, Davis, LeMahieu, Jahmai Jones, Jose Trevino. As presently constructed, they are not good enough to win the World Series.
No, you wouldn't think.
And, you know, you at some point you're going to get back Stanton. At some point you're going to get back Rizzo. Now, Rizzo wasn't a factor while he was playing because he wasn't hitting. Stanton was a factor, 18 home runs. But unless they make major moves, and who knows if they can, if Torres and LeMahieu continue to hit at this lackluster pace, they can't do it. Because, you know, I jokingly asked Mendoza, are you going to throw any strikes to Judge and Soto? Why would you? Why would anybody do that? I'd much rather have Gleyber Torres beat me. Alex Verdugo, who's in a little bit of a slump, but he's done a good job this year, I want him to beat me. Anybody from 4 through 9, you're going to beat me. Soto and Judge will not have an opportunity to beat me. And I think sooner or later, as the games get bigger and the stakes get higher, that's what teams are going to do. Why would you pitch to them? The rest of this order is not good enough, especially when Torres has been so bad. Do you realize that we're almost at the halfway point of the season? Halfway. This is their 78th game. Torres has 7 home runs and 29 ribbies. So let's give him 15 and 60. Are you kidding me? This guy's in the prime of his career. When's he going to start? When's he going to hit? DJ LeMahieu, there has to be legitimate concern whether or not he can play anymore. Now, I'm not one of these guys that gives up on people right away, but he's played 21 games since coming off the IL. He's 12 for 65. That's 185. Of the 12 hits, they're all singles. He does not have an extra base hit. If DJ LeMahieu is not going to return to the mean, and Gleyber Torres is not going to return to the guy who hits 25 home runs, unless they make a major trade, they do not have enough to win. They've got the pitching to win. I think they'll get better in the bullpen, which doesn't have to be a major move. But their offense, Don and Peter, it's not good enough right now. It's just not. The top 3 in the order, you could navigate that. And just take a breath and go 4 through 9 and dare one of those guys to beat you. There's not enough offense at the bottom of the order. There's not. It's too top heavy, and there's nobody at the bottom of the order that scares you. It's not a good thing.
And also, I brought this up yesterday, Michael. Like, Stanton's so frustrating. He's got 18 home runs, but you just know he's going to get hurt.
Isn't that what Cashman said? And everybody got hurt? Everybody got mad at him? He's just telling the truth.
So you really can't complain that Stanton's hurt because you knew it was coming. And when he comes back, I'm sure he's going to rake, and then you're going to just hold your breath the next time he tweaks something or can't play. So, you know, that's the dilemma that they have, is that the circular lineup thing is just not a thing anymore for this team. Now, Soto and Judge are historic, but you can kind of pitch around that if the other guys aren't going to produce anything. And all right, Rizzo's hurt, but it wasn't like he was getting a little bit better before he got hurt, but it wasn't like he was putting up tremendous numbers. LeMahieu, can we have a conversation that he might be, you know, like, well, he's clearly on the back 9, but is he playing 17 and 18, Michael? I know he's not that old, but at some point, you get to your mid-30s in the post-PED era, this is kind of when you start to lose it. Is it at least on the table? I mean, they called up Rice instead of having him play first base, and then they go out and trade for Davis. So it doesn't look like they've got a lot of belief in LeMahieu right now.
I don't know how you can. And you know, because, you know, I at least gave Judge some slack because he didn't hit in April. Well, he didn't have any spring training. DJ LeMahieu didn't have any spring training, so maybe he's going through what Judge went through in April.
Maybe.
But, I mean, he's so anemic right now. He doesn't have an extra base hit. So, I mean, it's hard to carry that. It's hard to carry that. They don't have a first baseman. They took a player in J.D. Davis, who historically has hit well against lefties. Well, to an extent. He was designated for assignment by the Oakland Athletics. So it's not like you went out and got Vlad Guerrero. They're trying to patch holes. I understand what they're doing. It's not the trade deadline yet. I think the prices are higher now. And also the Yankees, everybody sees exactly what they need, so the prices are going to go high for them.
Yeah, it is.
The thing that
they're
really
fine.
kills them, Don, Jason Dominguez. I mean, that's the answer to all their problems. But he's out for 8 weeks.
I know, and this is coming off of missing almost a year. It's scary, but at some point he's going to come back and he's going to help. But the concern is long term. I think they're going to make the playoffs, Michael. There's questions on whether they're going to be able to win the division, although after losing 2 out of 3 to Atlanta, they still gained a game because the Orioles got swept by Houston. But even the sweep with Houston's now won 5 in a row. They're 4 out of a playoff spot. Michael, if the Astros get into the playoffs, they're going to be a dangerous team. They always are. And you've got the wide-angle lens on the Yankees. So, yeah, are they going to make the playoffs? Of course they're going to make the playoffs. They're too good not to, but are they good enough to be able to go to the playoffs? I mean, to win in the postseason, to win a championship? Or is it going to be the same old song and dance where the offense disappears? And they're going to be pretty easy to pitch to in the postseason if it's just 2 guys that are hitting.
And also, the pitching gets better in the postseason, and they're going to pitch around Soto and Judge. They just are.
They're going to.
Have somebody else beat you. Now, by that time, Stanton will be back, and he's hit well in the postseason. And you'd think that Rizzo would be back. But, I mean, this is not a reaction for me for them losing 3 straight series. It's watching what they're running out there. And I think the keys to it are Gleyber Torres and DJ LeMahieu. They cannot continue to not hit. Gleyber is backsliding. Over his last 8 games, he's 2 for 25. 194 on base percentage, 240 slugging. So his OPS is 434. That's awful. Now, Trevino, we mentioned that they've stolen 14 of 15 against him. He's also stopped hitting. He's 0 for his last 15. So, I mean, the bottom of the order is a wasteland right now. So, it'll be interesting to see these 2 games. Mendoza really knows this team. He's in that dugout for 4 years, 6 years. 4 years as the bench coach. If he pitches to Soto and Judge, I'd be stunned. Why would you have those 2 guys beat you? Those 2 are the best players in baseball, surrounded by guys that aren't.